was a solid green day today, which is great. We just finished up with just over $1,000 in profit. Didn't really overtrade or anything, so that was a positive, and commission shouldn't be too bad tomorrow. Not a lot of shorting going on today, so the fees won't be something that I have to factor into that. And if we just open up here, started day equity versus where we are now, right? Started day equity was 97, and then we're finishing with 10.7. And if we add in, what we've taken out of the account already, then we're looking at about 12,000 in equity, and that'll put us at a little over 9,000 on profits since we started the account. So that's great. Can't complain about that at all. And I think what I'll probably do, I did discuss it a little bit in my previous video, that I'll probably take some money of the account and just make sure that we stay in the parameters of sizing and risk management. And I'll probably look to take out the other 1350 of what I would have entered into the account challenge with. So that's what I think I'm going to end up doing. And in terms of overall market today, there wasn't a whole lot going on except for in terms of the longs, this chart that I have up right now, BLNK. So that was Blink charging. This one is one that we've traded multiple times before. We can see here on the daily chart, it's just kind of consolidated sideways, but it's held the 20-day EMA here. And it's having a really nice day today. Volume is looking decent. So this one might start pushing up and continuing higher as a trend. We'll keep it on watch and follow it the next few days, see what it does. And so this one, like I said, it was one of the few ones that worked pretty much all day. I got in and out of this one. You can see it's still driving upwards. I thought about taking a trade here, and I actually tried to get in at 51 here for the continued breakout, but missed my entry. Didn't want to chase it. I'm also, feeling a little bit fatigued at this point, and I've hit, 2 times the daily goal of what I talked about before. So, not a lot of interest for me to keep trading, even though there may have been a few opportunities. But I'm okay with the profit that I have for now. So another one I did try to trade a couple of times was NIO. This one I do have trouble trading in. It's not the easiest trader for me because I don't find that breakouts are consistent, and that's because it has a higher float. There's much higher volume that trades on this, meaning there's more algorithms that absorb liquidity, and it can be a little trickier in terms of breakout trading. I tried to trade this to the downside, tried to trade it on the way up, and it's just kind of stuck in a range here. So it wasn't the greatest, essentially from here on outward. But it did have a decent move at the open. I bought it at through the pre-market highs, and did pop up here. See, it went up to 66 over. I bought it over the opening range at 65. So I got in at 65. If I pull this back a bit, we can see what I'm talking about. So we can see at the open here, it dropped down, got bought back up, and the opening range we're talking about is here, right? So this is where, the first 5-minute candle of the day, or this would be the first minute candle, of the day, had a high of 64.40. Then this one had a high of 65. So I saw that as it dropped down, got bought back up. I went long over here for the break over 65, and continued higher up towards 66.99 or 67. I ended up getting out, I think, around 66. So it was about a point move. It's volatile at the open. This one is also a name that can be a little trickier. So that's why, I just took the profits as they came and wasn't really looking for a huge move. And one of the other ones I traded was LMND, Lemonade. This one made a huge move today. I didn't really catch it right off the bat, but I did get into it a little bit later. And you can see made a pretty nice move all day so far. And so I got in here the break over 165, I believe. And I took most of my profit on this first candle, or this 5-minute candle here. And I, kind of scaled out of my position as it kind of moved upwards here, and it just continued right up all the way to 184. Really, really nice move. So, this one has been on the move the past few days. You can see the daily chart had a nice breakout over here, right? And then it's now continued higher, continued its trend upward after breaking its initial highs over here, right? It's just been pushing higher. So I thought about swinging this a couple of times, but it does make a lot of moves, and you have to make sure that you get your entry right. But it looks really nice right now. The breakout caused this volume to come in. That's exactly what you want to see, a breakout over the major pivot with volume and continuation higher. So nice move by MLND today. And yeah, so those are pretty much the movers that I traded and led me to where I am now. So not a whole lot of craziness today, which is good. Market is down overall. There's actually been a fair amount of dropping in crypto over the weekend, which is expected in a very volatile sector. We'll see how that contributes to the overall market sentiment and whether it weighs or not. Few things coming up in the next couple of weeks between the inauguration. There's word that there's going to be more protests or riots in the next couple of weeks. So I don't think we're out of the woods yet in terms of normal market action or more normalcy in the market. And there is, like I said, a few aspects that may cause some volatility to occur. However, we are getting some earnings. This is earnings season that's kicking back in again, so that's going to provide us with a few more names and tickers that should be catalysts resembled our news catalysts are going to be what we're focusing on. So those names will be things that we can hone in and try to not get distracted with random names moving without volume or without momentum or without catalysts and just technicals that maybe don't have the follow through and all those little things that we've talked about previously. So Green Day today, continuing on from last week. So that's great.